Yes, even if I can't share it at the moment, I'll just share it after. It's not a bother.
Yeah, perfect.
Oh, look, we're live.
Are we live? Yep. All right. Perfect. Let's see. Are we going to? I want to see myself.
Yes, we are. There's a little
Oh,
bit of a
perfect.
lag, I think, but I think we'll just continue talking. Should be okay.
Yep. We'll continue talking. Yeah, perfect. Okay. Hello, everybody. I hope you can all hear us well.
Yes,
Um,
hello, hello, hello.
I would like to introduce you to Lee, who is one of my colleagues and an excellent English teacher at that. And
Thank you, sir.
yeah, we're both from Northern Ireland, so hopefully you'll
About a
understand.
stone's throw away. There's a phrase, a stone's throw away. We're not too far from each other.
Not at all, not at all. Okay, I hope you can hear us. I'm just going to see if I can get access to any messages that may be coming through. Um, hello. If you can hear us, if you can see us, feel free just to say hello. How
Yes,
are
drop it
you?
in. Drop in a little comment. See how we're all doing.
Exactly. Yeah. Drop a wee comment here. Some of you might have got a little bit confused with the time because in the UK we've changed ours last weekend, so I should have reminded you about that. So apologies. We'll know for next time.
Yes.
Um, so yeah, we're just going to have a chat about learning styles today. Um, Lee, why don't you tell us a little bit about your views, your styles?
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, Darryl's right. We're going to be talking about, excuse me, learning strategies. Feel free to drop any comments. I mean, while we're talking about these, because it'd be interesting to see what learning strategies the people on your page have. Because nowadays with the internet and accessibility to so many different pages, it's kind of limitless, right? You can learn a variety of different ways. So it'll be interesting to see what ways other people learn. From my point of view, I have a little project, little idea I've been working on for the last probably 9 months now, and it's just went live recently. And it's teaching English through riddles. It might sound a little bit obscure and a little bit strange, but Darrell and I have spoken about this before. The amount of language you can learn from a joke or a riddle or a pun. And why do you think that is, Darrell? Like, why are like languages and jokes, what's the connection there? Like, how are they so important, or how can you learn so much from them?
Well, basically because you have, like, usually with jokes, for example, with riddles, we have two meanings to the same words,
Yeah,
or maybe it's similarly pronounced. For example, I find that some jokes and riddles work better written, and some work
yes,
better whenever we're saying them, because it depends on whether the focus is on the spelling of the word or
mm-hmm.
the pronunciation of the word. Some can be both as well. So I think it's very useful, for example, maybe synonyms as well. They would come into
Yeah,
play a little bit as well.
yes, and
You
certainly
have some related
homophones.
verbs.
Yeah, certainly homophones, right?
Mhm.
And you see these all the time in English, words that sound the exact same, but they have different meanings. They could have a similar pronunciation, but sorry, spelling, but sometimes the spelling is different. So I know from my own students' experience, they can be annoying at the start because you hear one word, maybe it has three
Yes.
meanings, right? Two. Let's pick a very basic example. Two, TO, I'm going to the shop. I bought too many items from the shop, TOO, and there were only two bottles of Coca-Cola left. So we got three twos in one example sentence. Now, if it's a basic learner and they hear that two, they're like, "What is this person talking about? Which two is being used?"
Exactly.
But two,
Exactly.
two is a basic example, but you hear it all the time. I mean, what homophones can you think of? My
Yeah,
favorite, not favorite, but heard and heard, right? Like I heard something, or heard like a group of sheep or farm animals, usually, right?
exactly. If you are enjoying this, feel free to like, share. Hello, Angel. Hello, hello to, I think I've just got a couple of comments at the moment.
Oh, brilliant. Yes, hello, guys.
So yeah, just say hello. If you have any questions, we'll answer them at the end. We'll be asking a couple of questions during as well, see what you think of the idea. Yeah, and like what Leah said, basically what we like, I find it very interesting to learn. My speciality, I suppose, is more puns.
Puns,
Um,
right?
I haven't been focusing. I haven't put on many puns recently, actually, but I will be starting back up on that again with a few puns in there. There we are. Apologies, nearly lost my screen.
Oh, yeah. Shall you
So
share one with us now? Like maybe a pun, we can talk about like the language that is used to
exactly,
create that pun.
So let me just get my cheat sheet here.
Yes. I
So
have one as well, don't worry.
most people are shocked as soon as they realize I'm not a good electrician.
So
I
yeah, talk us through
Yeah,
that.
so I like that one because it's the word shocked here that we're looking at. Shocked could mean like really surprised, but shocked also could mean like an electric shock whenever you get a little nip, whenever you, I don't know, maybe there's like a plug, an open plug or something along those lines. So I quite like that one personally.
Yeah.
Um, but
And
like I
just say,
say,
for
shock.
example, so Joy, just on that, for example, if a student hears that and they don't understand it and you explain it to them, you've now explained a different way to say you were surprised by something instead of,
Exactly.
and I think this is a benefit of like puns and riddles and jokes because they can expand your responses, your vocabulary. So you're not saying the same thing over again. You're like, I was surprised, I was surprised. So, yeah, I was shocked. There's another way of saying it.
Exactly. And I think that's very important for vocabulary as well. You're learning different words, you're learning like substitutions, like what Lee was saying, you know, we don't have surprise, surprise, surprise all the
Yeah.
time. As English teachers, you know, we do tend to see the same words come up, and it's nice to see the
Like a
like
variety, right?
synonyms effectively.
Synonyms, variety. And I imagine a lot of the people on your page, it's specifically for exam preparation. So it's a good strategy for students to think about when they're doing the exam, when they're writing or whatever it might be. You got to think about what the examiner is seeing. And if they're
Yeah.
seeing the same things over again, over and over again, then
Yeah.
you're not going to surprise, you're not going to shock, you're not going to shock the examiner.
Yep, I just got a message here from Angel again. Yep, so yeah, you said that the use of riddles is useful, but you need a certain level to understand. I do agree with that. You do,
Yes.
but I don't think it's a good idea to start with like riddles and puns. You know, you need to have that base level. But most of the people on this page, I believe, will be looking into intermediate, upper intermediate, advanced levels, even proficiency.
Yeah.
And I do believe it's quite useful there. But I do get your point for sure. I don't think it's necessarily like accessible, let's just say, for people just starting the language.
Yeah.
But then
Yeah. I think,
again,
sorry, go ahead.
yeah, sorry, a lot of people would recommend watching films. But again, that also takes a level to understand. If I couldn't watch I'm starting to learn Japanese, but my Japanese is virtually nil. You know, if I start watching a film, I'm not going to understand it at all. You know, so I do believe that that is something that's important. Yeah,
Yeah.
like it's probably for intermediate and higher levels.
Yeah. And on that, it's funny because I have taught not so much riddles, but puzzles to
Mhm.
young learners, which at the start, I thought the same as Angel. Was like, I'm not going to be able to use these dynamic or in-depth riddles, but a simple puzzle, like compound the nouns, like a pony and a tail. This is mainly for kids. We had a little bit of fun in the class with this, but most young learners, beginners, will know a pony, will know a tail. All right, let's put it together. Ponytail, boom, new word.
Yeah, yeah,
You can think of
exactly.
other ones like, I don't know, Spider-Man, but that's more of a character.
Yeah,
But those compound nouns of bringing those words together, they can be a cool little puzzle. to teach young learners. And I think just from a pun and joke and riddle side of things, it gives you, a learner, a student, an insight into how the English language works.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So yeah, just like if you can, I don't know whether our screen has frozen or not. It kind of looks like it from my. Oh no, not anymore. Maybe it's just my the connection or something along those lines. So yeah, if you have any comments, any questions, anything you would like to ask us, please do. Again, just say hello. Say if you're here. If there's any questions, any comments, feel free to ask them. Leigh, could you tell us any riddles, any idea?
Yeah, for sure. I'll give you an example. I mean, people who are watching can answer this. Maybe there'll be some people after the actual live watching the video. They can hear us talk about it. It's a
Yeah.
very simple riddle. What is more useful when it is broken? So what is more useful when it is broken? So if you
Okay.
think you know the answer, drop it in the comments, and Darryl, you can start thinking about
Yeah, yeah, I'm
an
struggling
idea.
as well. Hello, Aisha. Hello, Bella. Hello. Yeah, actually, it's a tricky one. That one. Any ideas? Could you repeat it again, Leigh?
Yeah, for sure. What is more useful when it is broken? Okay, so when it is broken, so destroyed, and useful. You think of a synonym for useful, Darryl? Something that's good or beneficial.
Yeah, handy as well.
Handy, that's a good phrase, right? Handy.
Yeah, I do like using that. So it's
So
something we use
something's
quite a lot.
handy. What does that mean? Because if I'm a think I'm a it's like a language learner, handy. Like, what do you mean handy? What does that mean, Darryl?
Yeah, this one. Exactly. Yeah, handy would say it could be very useful or even very near, like, you can really discuss it in that way as well. Although
Hmm.
that's probably more informal, would you say, Leigh,
Yeah, and
for
it's
that
basically
for that
something that
specific use
yeah,
anyway.
something that fulfills its purpose, right? It's handy.
Yep, exactly,
Um,
exactly. Um, I say, have I got any? Okay, okay. So Bella has
yes, well done,
answered
Bella.
here. She has answered with egg.
Egg, you're correct, Bella. Excellent, you are
Excellent,
correct. And why
excellent.
is that, Darrell? Why is an egg more useful when it's broken?
Because you can't eat it. On this, it's Easter. We can have chocolate eggs.
True. Yeah, you found
Yeah.
a loophole there. A loophole.
It's a loophole, exactly.
It's a loophole.
Exactly.
But it's a
But
cool riddle.
yes,
It's a fun one. And well done, Bella, for getting it. But what language can we learn from that? We can learn basic language like ways to cook an egg. Maybe you tell one, Darrell, I'll tell one. You can boil an egg,
scrambled.
scramble, fry.
What else? I'm struggling now. What do you call it? I can't think of any more. You put me on the
Tag me
spot,
in.
Leigh.
Sorry, tag me in, tag me in. Poached egg, right? In that
Poached,
case.
yeah.
Omelette, kind of scrambled style, but more flat. Fry, omelette. You can put it in something that you're baking, right? French
Yeah.
toast. But that's basic stuff you can learn from that riddle. I think more advanced stuff would be break collocations or collocations.
Yeah. Yep, exactly. Okay, and you also got that one correct. Hello,
Nice, Andrew.
Maria. I shall see your question there. I'll remind me to answer that at the end. Okay, so again, we'll just do another. Well, actually, I've got another couple of puns here. So
All right, hit me with one.
one, if you did catch Leigh's video on my page, it's very similar. I've just got a new job working at a factory making chess pieces. I'm on the night shift.
I love puns. I absolutely love them. Explain that
Oh
one.
yeah, likewise. So again, for anybody who didn't watch that video, when we say the night shift, we're talking about people who work overnight usually. It's certainly very late at night, but quite frequently, like maybe it's from 10 or 11 at night to 6 or 7 in the morning is quite typical for a night shift. But a knight is like a person in medieval times who used to fight on a horse, basically, and have like the armor on.
Like a medieval
So
soldier.
knight is also a name for a chess piece, the horsey.
Brilliant, yeah. And I covered this in my first ever YouTube video. If any of you are interested, it's Enigmatic Learning on YouTube. But night is a difficult one than we would imagine it to be, because it's easy for us because we're used to it. But it has a silent K at the front of it, which is a Germanic influence on the English language. You'll see it in a lot of other words like knight, medieval knight, knee, like head, shoulders,
Yeah.
knees, toes.
No.
No, like I know the answer. Not, which is the thing you would
Yeah.
tie on your shoelaces or on a rope. Kneel, so to get on your knees is to kneel. So anytime you see KN words, remember, don't pronounce the K. It will always be silent.
Okay, perfect. That's it. So like I say, just if you're enjoying this, please like, please comment, please share. Like we'll be on, I don't know how much longer for, but we've still got a couple of wee things to ask and answer. So hopefully you are enjoying this.
Yeah, I'll test them with another riddle, shall I?
Yes, please.
Okay, another simple one, but you can learn a lot of collocations from this as well. You probably know, guys, because of the information Darryl puts out, but collocations is just a group of certain words that come together to make a phrase. They're used a lot, similarly in phrasal verbs, right? We use them a lot in normal speech, and you get to advanced essays with IELTS or Cambridge, you want to be using collocations.
Yeah, and they're frequently tested.
They are indeed.
Especially in use of English, for example, in the Cambridge exams.
Correct, yeah. But yeah, this one is, what can you catch but you cannot throw? I think that's right. What can you catch but you cannot throw?
Okay, I think I've got this one, but I'm
Got that
not going to
one?
say anything. I'm not going to say. So what can you catch but cannot throw? I'll just give you a wee moment. Bella, you said that you were on the night shift for more than 5 years and people thought you were a vampire. I think 5 years is a long time to be working. I've worked a few night shifts, but not for a long time, certainly. Like maybe a few days here and there for overtime. Certainly not for 5 years. What?
Bella is on fire.
Oh, hey. Hello,
Bella, you probably
Karen.
know,
Welcome.
nice, Angel.
Yeah, I think Bella and Angel both got it here, but Leigh.
So yes, I see. Is it Aisha? Sorry if I'm saying your name wrong. Food. You can throw food. Throwing food is one of the best pastimes. Now, don't throw food.
Yeah.
But yes, Bella and Angel, you're correct. It is a cold. And why is that? Because in English, if you say you get a cold or you get a sickness or a flu, you can say, oh, I caught a cold. So to catch a cold is collocation, like many other collocations with catch, like to catch your breath. I was running a marathon, half marathon this morning.
Yeah.
I got very tired, so I had to catch my breath, which was stop and sort of get the oxygen back inside me.
Yeah.
Trying to think of any other collocations with catch.
With catch. I'm trying to think of ones off the top of my head now.
Yeah, it's a good phrase off the top of my head, but catch someone's eye to get attention. Oh, it caught my eye. The new BMW caught my eye.
I've just saw Becky has got hers. Hello, Becky.
Becky on, hey Becky.
A bus. Actually, we can't really throw a bus, so she's perfectly right.
Yes, that's another collocation, right? To catch a bus.
Exactly. Yeah. I would never have thought of a catch a bus. We can't throw a bus. Well,
no, been
you have
trying
to be very, very strong.
Yes.
So yeah, that would be another answer to that question there. Perfect.
Yeah, for sure. Catch you later, right? That's another simple collocation.
Yeah. See you later. Catch you later. Yeah, the same thing. Yeah, exactly.
Hasta luego in Spanish. Becky
have
taught me that.
Yeah. We've both lived in Spain, so I do tend to think about my Spanish quite a lot, you know, because you know the comparisons between the languages, for example. Although, of
Yep.
course, if you speak like Arabic, Japanese, you know, there'll be maybe different comparisons, for example. So I can't
Yeah.
always use that, like for sure.
Of course.
Okay, so I do have one more pun. What do witches like most about English? What do we
Okay.
think here? What
Which
do
is
witches like most about English? I'll just give a moment for some of you to
I'll
give an
start thinking
answer.
about that as
I suppose
well.
it is a wee bit of a riddle here.
A little bit,
A
yeah, I like
pun
it.
riddle. Or very real pun.
Can
So I
you
just get.
can
Do
you
you have
repeat it
any
again,
ideas,
Darryl?
Lee?
Nah, no idea. Can you repeat it again?
Let's just see. I'm not going to wait too much longer here. Let's see. Okay. Spelling.
Of course.
So obviously, again, this is how we're talking about similar words or the same spelling, for example. So
Yeah.
spelling is, you know, how you write a word, but spells, like, you know, like a witch's spell is like magic, basically. So again, it's to I enjoy puns. I know it's not for everybody.
Yeah.
I know they're not for everybody, but I enjoy them for sure. If you are enjoying it, feel free to like, comment, share. Um, uh, yes, Angela. Yeah, yes, it was indeed on my page a while ago. I don't. I think I used all three of those jokes on my page previously.
Oh, is that right? It's
Zaid,
a little bit of revision testing your
that's
student.
it. Exactly, exactly. Yeah, so Zaid, I think you're already here. Like, so you'll be watching it live and commenting, so you're not actually joining the video as such. Okay, let's see. Oh,
But
I've lost
those are
a
two.
few
Yeah.
questions here. Okay,
Figure of
so
speech. Yeah.
Lee, did you have another riddle, or are you?
Yeah, we probably could. They might be getting a little bit repetitive for
That's
everybody,
fine.
but it shows like a different learning strategy that you can use to learn English. Are you going to learn everything in English to prepare you for an exam with riddles and puns? Probably not. But I don't think there's one source you can go to where you can learn everything with pronunciation, how the language
No, no, I would agree with you there. Like,
supplement.
exactly. Like I would use like Duolingo, for example, and Busu, like apps to learn Italian and Japanese, and I used to
Hmm.
do that with Spanish as well. However, it's, you know, you're not going to get all the information from that app. You know, I do believe that, you know, getting teachers, that's important, or if you prefer textbooks or whatever way you want to do. I mean, some people will say it's not necessary to go for the academic side of things, I suppose, like the sort of hard studying.
Yep.
Personally, I disagree for myself, but maybe other people can learn languages in a more conversational way. It
Hmm.
really depends on your learning styles as well. Um, I think I mean, there are quite a lot of resources. In fact, I'm in the
I
middle of
just sorry, I just want
writing.
to jump
Yep.
on. I want to see if anyone can recommend or tell us what other sources or strategies you guys use to learn English. You obviously use Darrell's page, which is absolutely amazing. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see if they use certain applications, if they watch the news, listen to the radio, listen to music, whatever it might be.
Yeah,
Sorry,
yeah. So
Darrell,
how
no,
do
jump in.
you learn English? Like what do you focus on? Are there any websites, apps
Mhm.
specifically that you use? I mean, I've just written, I'm in the process of writing a book, like tips how to improve English, your English. So I'll be focusing generally, I'll be focusing on reading, listening, vocabulary, grammar. I'm in the first draft, so hopefully I'll get it done some point in the next, hopefully, couple of months. I'll obviously be posting it here. You know, like advertising it here, of
Yeah,
course.
that would be brilliant.
So, and also that will come with a resources list. So some of you will probably know ones like Duolingo, for example, but maybe Busuu may be less well known. There are some websites that maybe you don't know as well. So I would say that it'll be useful for both parts, like the resources part and also how to find like language exchanges, for example, how to improve your
Yes.
speaking, for example. As I just to say, let you know, no, it's not an option to actually join the conversation here. That's not like so. We are going. So you would be contacting us through message here.
I'm seeing
Um,
some answers here, which is brilliant. Angel says she likes cartoons.
Okay, yeah, yeah. So cartoons. So, yep, I would agree with you that that's very useful for beginners.
Hmm.
Also, similarly, you could focus on children's books, for example, like picture books. That can be quite beneficial.
I remember,
Um,
you know, Mark we worked with last year, top lad.
yeah.
He said he learned a lot of Spanish through the cartoons and the children TV programs.
Yes,
So,
yes, yes.
and that's it. It's not being afraid to use those strategies to learn English. And to go back to the
Exactly.
point I made, it's so much of it is just like a supplement. You want to supplement, all right, this is exam preparation. This is me looking into a general interest I have,
Yeah,
and then using English to look into the interest. I've had students before that were interested in gardening, so they went in depth online looking at articles on gardening in English, TED Talks on gardening. So there are
yeah,
two birds, one stone, which is a nice phrase in English. So you're hitting your interest, but you're also learning English at the same time. I think if you can do that, your language is going to improve dramatically.
yeah, yeah. Again, just keep on liking the posts, commenting, sharing. I don't know. Hopefully, we're not. Like sometimes I look at the video and it seems to be pausing a bit. Hopefully, it's not pausing as badly as it seems to be. But please let us know if it's stopping and starting a lot.
Mhm.
Um, Belle also says that she's focusing on Facebook pages, WhatsApp groups. I mean,
Brilliant.
WhatsApp groups, I do find I'm a bit hit and miss with, because I think it does benefit. People can speak and people can write to others, but I do find it quite personal in a
There's a new
sense.
one. Yeah, there's a new one I found, not new, but Reddit. If you can go on Reddit, guys, and follow certain things with learning English
Yeah.
or English news, you find everything on there. You find daily posts from people who are either learning English themselves or wanting to help you learn English. So a
Yeah.
lot can be learned on Reddit, and it's not as personal as WhatsApp.
Yeah, yeah, because I like I say with WhatsApp, I don't like the idea of giving my number out, and I'm sure that that is a bit of a barrier for some people,
Mhm.
so it is good to have other ideas. If you're okay with it, that's fine as long as you're careful. But that's my personal feeling with these WhatsApp groups. But
Yeah.
if it works for you, absolutely fine. Um, so yeah, but I think there's a few. I'm trying to find some of the other
There was
comments.
one, yeah, there was one question at the start I would love to answer, and it was something along the lines of trying to
Vocabulary,
remember.
wasn't it?
I think it was remembering the words. They say they learn
Yeah, yeah.
vocabulary.
I think I was Aisha, I
Yeah,
believe, that asked
well,
that. So hopefully she's still
that's
there.
yeah, that's a great
um,
question, and I think for anybody with learning anything, let's put language aside. If you remember your childhood memories, they're usually memories that something, I don't know, something dramatic happened or something intense happened, but you
mhm,
don't remember the day before, where the day went fine and nothing happened. And it's like, why
yeah,
is that? Because you have a stronger connection with that childhood memory. And it's the same with the language. If you can have a stronger connection with the things you're learning, whether that might be writing them down in example sentences,
yeah,
Googling different synonyms, going on news articles to see when and how they're used, you have such a greater connection with that word. And then even if you tell someone about it, go and tell another person learning a language about it instead of
yeah.
just reading it, writing it down. You're hitting so many other points, so many other areas that will help you remember that word.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I was out,
So
so just got
build a
was
bigger
like
connection.
Fawad said about learning English by just practicing, basically just practice makes perfect, and I absolutely agree with that. Just um keep on practicing. What I would do when it comes to vocabulary is try to use the new vocabulary reasonably soon, because if
Mhm.
you use it a few times, it's going to be more likely to stick in your head,
Yeah.
even if you kind of have to force it into a sentence almost.
Yeah.
Maybe that's not exactly the best way, but the point is that you're using the vocabulary, and whether it's writing, whether it's speaking. Because if you get the word, if you read it, if you hear the word, listen to it, then all of a sudden, if you don't use it, you're not going to remember it. So it's the idea
Yeah.
of trying to remember, writing something, maybe like talking, using the word in conversation if you can. Like I say, there are a lot of language exchange groups and apps out there as well. So that will also be something I'll be focusing on in the book that I'm writing at the moment. So I would definitely advise advise you just keep on using it as much as possible, because it will
Yeah.
eventually stick. It will eventually stick in.
I
Again,
have
just
an advanced
like
student
and
at
share,
Yeah,
like
I
and
have
share.
an advanced student at the moment, and I set him a homework every week with 10 collocations, and they're quite advanced collocations. And I say put all of those in one paragraph, and it's a force for him. Sometimes it's not 100% coherent, because if you put 10 collocations in one sentence, suddenly you have a robber or a criminal robbing or stealing the bank or stealing money from a bank. And then later on, he's unemployed for whatever reason. But it's just forcing them things into a paragraph. And again, like Darryl said, it's yeah, forcing them into usage. So you're actually using it.
And one thing that just came into my mind there is that I would do the idiom of the day. And a lot of users is great. Will use the idiom in the sentence, and if you made a mistake, it doesn't matter. And in fact, that helps me as well, because I can see where the holes are, like in my explanations, for example. So I think it's very useful there. But one thing I've noticed is a few of you actually use previous idioms of the day in the same sentence as you use the idiom of the day, and that is so useful, because
Yes.
you are making sure that is keeping that's keeping fresh in your mind, and you will remember it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
So yeah, like I think that's I mean, I don't know if there's many other questions. It seems to be that my what you call it, my comment section seems to have disappeared into the last few comments, so apologies if I've missed any of them.
Mm-hmm.
um
Yeah, if you can,
Again,
if
we're,
you have
we're
any more.
actually using a different trick today, so we're hoping
Yeah.
hopefully that you have been able to understand us, and the video's been working well.
Yeah, hopefully so. And yeah, ask any questions, guys, and give it a couple of minutes and we can wrap it up because this has been absolutely brilliant.
Yes, it's been a lot of fun, and thank you everybody for getting in contact with us,
Mhm.
telling us, answering the questions, telling us how you learn English, for example.
I
Perfect.
think students of the day have to be Angel and Bella. I think they got
I
both
would
of
agree. I would
correct.
agree.
Very well done.
Very on the ball.
But just on that, because I've obviously been looking into riddles a lot throughout the last few months,
Yeah.
and what's interesting is like answering a riddle doesn't help you as much as you might imagine. It's understanding the answer after. If you can
Yeah.
understand the answer after, that's where most of the learning comes from. Learning about how the language works and why that riddle makes sense, which is kind of interesting. I tell a lot of my students, like, don't get disheartened, so don't feel down or feel annoyed if you don't
Yeah.
answer it. If
Because
you can understand it after,
a
amazing.
lot of native English speakers don't know the answers to the riddles.
No, and
It's
even if
meant
like
to
if you told
be
me a joke,
challenging.
yeah, if you told me a joke and I answered it straight away, you're like, oh,
Yeah, yeah, you'd be disappointed. It's just like, oh, it was a
right.
bit too easy. No, that's it's absolutely rightly. It's basically, yes, it's great if you can get the answer. That's great, but it's the learning that takes place that's the important thing. And
Yes.
even with puns, it's not quite the same, because obviously, like, I'm saying the pun completely. I'm not usually asking you for information, but or an answer, apart from the last one that I did. But the idea is like, why is this funny, or at least why is it connect? Because not everybody finds fun's punny.
Fun's funny. We tongue twister.
Funny. Yeah. So getting a bit tongue tied.
That's it.
And say just to check. Thank you, Chris, for your Easter, your happy Easter. Happy Easter
happy
to
Easter, guys.
you
Happy
too.
Easter.
Yep. I mean, again, I'll take this opportunity to apologize for my technical issues in last week, because we were due to do this last week, but unfortunately my charger just completely died. Thankfully, I got it sorted out quite soon, but it was too late for the live to go ahead. But I've got a new charger. It has survived the journey, so we're all right. We're okay now.
Brilliant.
For the time being, we're all right. Okay, so Bella's just asked us a question.
We might have a riddle.
Okay, so what makes your teeth stick together? Okay.
So guys, have a look at that question there by Bella. What makes your teeth stick together? I think I might know the answer. I think I might.
Aha. I think I've got it. I think I've got it. But I'm not sure. I'm not confident here. Okay, any other answers?
I have a riddle on this. I'll tell after. It's one of my favorite riddles. It's class. But yeah, see if anyone can answer. Is it Bella's?
Yeah. Any ideas here? I think I've got it, but I'm not completely convinced. Well, who will go with the answer, Leigh?
Darryl, it's your page. You're the man.
I gotta take it.
Tell us all.
I think it's toothpaste. Am I right, Bella?
Toothpaste? Oh, I wasn't thinking of toothpaste. I was thinking of gums. Like gums.
Ah!
Gum. Because gum makes things stick together, right?
Yeah. Both actually work. Okay, who was right, Bella?
Bella, tell us. We need to know.
While Bella is confirming who was indeed correct, Andrew, you were saying that collocations are useful, and they are indeed. Really, in terms of the connection, I don't really believe there's much. It's just a matter. Would you agree with me, Leigh? It's just a matter of revising them. Maybe learning collocations together, like catch a cold or something like that. I don't. Yes, I got it right.
You get it right. Nice, Bella. Very good.
But gum works as well. Yeah. Gums may also work. I do agree. I think both of them could. Yeah, it's kind of like your
gums, just the pinkish part above your tooth. That's your teeth.
It's kind of like your riddle earlier, Leigh. If catch a cold, but catch the bus as well. Yeah. That could have been more than one answer.
Well, just with that question by, who was it? Angel? No, but collocations.
Yeah.
Another question about idioms and phrasal verbs are very challenging. They are, and it's a weird thing, because the more you try and make sense of them, sometimes the more confusing they get, which is quite a riddle or conundrum in itself.
Yeah.
Because some of them, there is a history of why this collocation is what it is. One example is hands down. I might say, hands down, this is the best Facebook Live ever, which means hands down without a doubt.
Yeah.
Now, where does that a brief history of where that phrase comes from? It came from horse riding in the early 1900s or late 1800s, where jockeys, the people riding horses, if they were confident that they were going to finish a race and win, they would take their hands off the reins, the rope that was used to ride the horse, and they would finish hands down, almost like a runner that put their hands up before they finish a race. So in the newspapers, they would say, Darryl won the race hands down. So he won it with his hands off the reins. And yeah, that's where that phrase comes from. So if someone says hands down, this is the best, it means without a doubt. So just to finish my thought, with that collocation, you can understand the history of it, and that can give you a deeper connection of why we use it that way. But with some collocations like catch your breath, there's no real deep history or understanding of why it is what it is. It's just learning them and using them.
Yeah, I mean, it's just like learning them, practicing them. I mean, there's not really. This is the thing, like especially in the C1 advanced, I imagine the C2 as well, but certainly from the C1, and even there's a few of them in the B2, the FCE as well. You know, they do start testing collocations in the
Yeah.
case of you know it or you don't know it,
Yeah.
unfortunately. So it's really just a matter of exposing yourself to the language as much as possible,
Mhm.
practicing. When you get a collocation, don't separate it like catch and then a cold, you know, almost treat it like a fixed expression.
Yes, and pick catch, Google catch collocations. The idea behind my project is to give you them for you or give them to you, all the catch collocations. But Google all their collocations with catch, have catch, write down all the
Yeah,
collocations,
and that's true.
break,
There's a
break
few
an egg,
websites I've seen,
write them down.
you know, like collocations or phrasal verbs, you know, with take, with get, and
Yeah.
you can find information like that. Thank you. Thank
Enigmaticlearning.com.
you.
Go on enigmaticlearning.com. We got
That's
loads of
exactly it.
collocations.
Exactly it. Thank you, Almira. Thank you, Almira. Hello. Hello to you. Again, I mean, I don't know how much longer we're staying on for, but still
Oh,
and
can
share,
I can
comment
I
if you're there.
can I finish the riddle about teeth?
Yes.
Yes, sorry, this is an old Norse riddle. And to be honest, I've probably given away the answer, but it's pretty cool. It's in the form of a poem, and it's 24 white horses riding on a red hill. First they stomp, then they chomp, and then they stand still. So that's the riddle. It's like, what are the right white horses? So 24 white horses riding on a red hill. First, they stomp. So stomp is with your feet and you smack it off the ground. They stomp. First, they stomp. Then they chomp. Chomp is a way to eat something, right? You would chomp
Yeah. Yeah.
grass. So first they stomp, then they chomp, and then they stand still. So it's a complicated one, but what are the white horses? It's a metaphor. It's not really white horses. It's something else.
I just saying Angel's comment.
Yeah, right. So that's what made me think of it. But that's a cool riddle, right? 24
Yeah,
white
it is a
horses.
good riddle. Yeah, I wouldn't have got it
24 teeth.
outside.
Yeah.
Just to see, so
Go
Angels asked him what your YouTube. You've now got a YouTube, don't you, Lee?
I
You've
do
just.
indeed. It's simply enigmatic learning. Thank you, Angel, for asking.
Do you want to just put that in? You know, because you also Lee also has a website as well. Maybe
Mhm.
if you put them in the comments, like either now or after, Lee. You know,
Yes,
after the
I'll yeah,
live.
I'll drop it in after for sure.
Perfect, perfect. Yeah. So we'll have yes, actually, I've just seen if um yes, that is true. I did have the word of the day. I did. That is something I should really do again because I did enjoy doing that, the
Mhm.
vocabulary side. So I've still kept the idiom of the day. Really, it's just in terms of time, but I do like that part. So I'm going to try and maybe do maybe less frequently, but maybe not every day. But I might try and throw in a few extra words
Yeah.
there. That's good because you've obviously followed my page for the last few months because well, I know you have, in fact, because I see you participate a lot. So thank you for doing so. But you've obviously it was like about 2 months ago, I think, maybe even 3 months ago. I haven't done that for a while. So yes, but that's
Shall
good.
we shall we wrap it up soon?
Yeah, if there's any last minute questions before we go.
You have a lot of
Um,
very bright students on here. A lot of very intelligent,
we do indeed.
great answers, guys.
Yes, yes.
Good
So
questions.
to say if there's no other questions, we will finish for today. I'm just keeping an eye out on the comments. If I've not seen any comments, I apologize, because sometimes the comments come quickly, or for some reason they don't consider it relevant. I don't
Oh, yeah.
understand why. What's
Yeah.
the reasoning behind it? But I know I've
Yeah.
missed a few comments in the past for that reason.
Well, I'll take this opportunity just to say thank you, Darryl, for having me on the page. I appreciate it massively. If you don't know, guys, like Darryl and I are close friends. We've worked together last year. But yeah, thank you for having me on the page, and thank you all for
Okay,
the
and
questions. Absolutely brilliant.
thank you for coming on the page, Lee.
No
I
worries.
just got yes. So Angel said it was very useful to do it again. So excellent. Glad you liked it. I think we can do another live on a different topic someday. You know, we'll
Yes, that could be a question for everybody if you fancy a
actually, yeah.
topic for
Before we
Darryl
go,
and I to talk about.
so is there anything? Thank you, Almira. Yeah, we'll do, like, I'll do some by myself as well, you know, and then we'll organize something with Lee as well. Perfect. Also, like I say, Lee, you also have a Facebook page actually as well,
I do indeed. I can say I use it a lot. A lot of my
mm,
time goes
or
into
Instagram.
Instagram, my website, and YouTube.
Yeah, so yeah, I would just say just pop in as like which ones you use more regularly, like in the video at the end.
Yeah, will do.
So yeah, yeah. Just before we go, is there anything particularly you would like us to talk about?
And even if you're watching this video after the live,
Yeah,
drop a
exactly.
comment in. Darrell and I will check it out.
Yep, exactly. Yep. So we'll like I'll still keep an eye on the comments as they come in. So if you have any ideas on what to speak about, you know, we both focus on Cambridge exams, for example.
Mm-hmm.
You know, maybe you want to focus on a specific skill or whatever it is. But feel free to
What about
write a couple.
pronunciation, Darrell? Is pronunciation our
Oh no,
forte?
no, 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 no. No. Lee, that'll be on you.
No, it's something I teach a little bit of phonetics with one of the academies I work for, but I only found out recently from teaching how many phonetic sounds that we as Northern Irish speakers say incorrectly. That's a broad flexible statement incorrectly, but yeah, pronunciation is not my forte. So it's not my
Yeah,
area of
that's part of the
expertise.
reason. Yeah, like I mean, we would say, for example, "shar" instead
It's
of
OW, man. It's OW. Brown, Shire. It's like,
yeah,
bro,
exactly. It's shower.
shower.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So, you know, sometimes I don't think of myself as really the right person to focus on pronunciation. As long as you understand me and as long as I can understand you, it's fine. It's
Yeah.
fine. Okay, so Angel said about collocations in that or connected speech. So in that case, it would probably be a matter of just almost doing like a lecture style, like, you know, on certain vocabulary, you know, in that sense.
Yeah. And also
How
how
to
to
improve.
improve speaking. Sorry, go ahead.
Yep, yep. So how to improve speaking in English. And I mean, I'll just we can talk about that another day, but we'll
Yes,
just
that'll
very
be a whole video.
quickly just have a quick answer. I mean, one thing I would do is not focus too much. You want to be accurate enough for people to understand, but some people focus too much on accuracy.
Yes.
And the important thing is you're communicating.
Yep.
You're
I'll
be
give a
communicating.
quick example of that this morning. I went for a run, and maybe 4 or 5 times my friends said, I haven't ran in so long. Now, as a teacher, I know that's incorrect,
Yeah,
but it doesn't matter. I'm running on the street with him. Do I understand him? Yes. If it's in an
exactly.
exam, ideally no. But
Of
yeah,
course.
don't get too caught up. Another colloquial, no phrasal verb to get caught up with something.
Yeah,
Yeah, don't get too caught up with being precise every time, or else what's the phrase? Paralysis through analysis. You'll freeze and you'll paralyze yourself because you're analyzing every single thing.
exactly, exactly. So basically, I think the big problem is like with exams, obviously it is with exams you do need that certain level of accuracy. But in
Yeah.
general, speaking English, like, I might say something like there is a lot of chairs. And that's
Yeah, I say
something you
that.
would hear quite a lot. And even when I say it, and I do say things like that, and I'm like, oh no, 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 Darryl, that's terrible. But ultimately, anybody would
Yeah.
understand what I was saying there. So wouldn't be
Yes.
too worried. Faiza, you asked me, will it be uploaded? This video will stay on the page.
Yeah.
Like all the lives, I'm keeping the videos on. So as you wish, you can watch it again. You've got that reference. So again, going back to Angel's comment about collocations, for example, maybe you can't make it, or maybe there are some that you've forgotten, but you can go back to the video. I will keep it
Yeah.
on the page.
Yeah, brilliant. That's two solid topics we could talk about in the future. Speaking,
Exactly. And I mean,
collocations, and connected speech.
and like what Leigh says, if you have any ideas, whether the ideas come after or whether you watch the video later on, you can think, okay, perfect. I'll be looking at the comments. I'll be looking
Yeah.
at the comments if there's anything that you have, you're particularly interested in, not pronunciation. Uh, please, please don't do that to me. Okay. I think we're pretty much at the end of the live here. Yeah, I don't want to wait too much. I think the questions are pretty much
Yeah, about 52 minutes,
finished,
my
but
friend. About 50 minutes. Good
yeah,
going.
not bad at all. Not bad at all. If you do have any other questions, feel free to ask them anyway, on the page after we go. Like I say, the video will be kept up. I hope that you've enjoyed it. We have in
Yes, I certainly have, and I hope the feeling is felt by a lot of your students.
yes. That's what I'm hoping for. Yeah, it's been very enjoyable. Thanks for coming along, Leigh.
No worries, man. Thank you
And
for having me.
okay, and I think we'll leave it for today.
Excellent.
Have a good Easter Sunday
Yes.
today.
You too,
So
sir. You
if you
too.
celebrate Easter, enjoy. If you don't, have a good Sunday.
Yeah.
And I will see you next time. Again, just feel free to drop me a message on the comments of the video. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Nice to know, Angel. Yep, you're on pins and needles for the next one.
Oh, brilliant.
Great. Okay. And like I said before, a lot of you are maybe from like Asia, for example. So I don't want to do any lives like at 6 or 7 our time, because that would be like 2 a.m. So I want to try and keep it around about this time. But if you have any suggestions to move it slightly earlier, slightly later, let us know.
Yeah.
Okay,
All
perfect.
right, brilliant. Thank you
Okay,
guys. Thank you for having me, Darryl.
yes,
And yes,
and
I will see
perfect.
you
Okay,
next
thanks
time.
for all the comments, and I'll see you soon.
All
Okay, we'll
right.
try and do something next week or two. Okay, all right, bye.
See ya.
Bye.